So, hello everyone. So, for today, we will be discussing your male reproductive organs. No? And let's start with introducing that the male reproductive system is an integral part for producing and delivery of sperm as well as secreting hormones like testosterone. So, we know that hindi lang sperm but also hormones ang kanya sinisecrete. That's why we consider our male reproductive organs as both exocrine, uh, due to the sperm production and also endocrine due to the hormone like testosterone production. So, we'll discuss differently kung anong cell yung responsible for that, ano yung pathway, ano yung maturation ng ating sperm cell, no? And understand more yung internal and external structure ng ating male reproductive organ. So, okay, so let's start with our external genitalia. No, our external genitalia is composed of our penis and our testes suspended in a fibroelastic sac. No, yung tinatawag nating scrotum or yung makikita yung parang skin layer ng ating male reproductive organ outside. So, yung scrotum, yun yung ating nagbibigay ng warmth, no? Para ma-maintain yung certain temperature for the sperm cell growth, no? So, sa specific part ng ating testes. So, the scrotum, again, maintains the optimal spermatogenesis, which is yung process of maturation ng ating sperm. No? Ang temperature nito is 2 to 4 degrees Celsius lower than the body temperature. Kaya warm sa area na yon if you will notice. No? And the external genitalia comprises na itong dalawang ito, and they are critical for your reproduction and temperature regulation of the testes. So next we have our excretory ducts, no, ng ating testes. And we have your tubuli recti, no, yung rete testis, yung ductuli efferentes, the ductus epididymis, and also your ductus deferens. So we also have your accessory gland, which is yung seminal vesicles. Okay. We have your prostate, no, and yung bulbourethral gland, no, which has other name na i-discuss din natin later. Itong mga accessory gland na ito are responsible, no, for the production of the seminal fluid para ma-support yung motility, yung movement, and also yung nutrition ng ating sperm. So, sa seminal fluid natin, tandaan ang pH niyan is alkaline, no, and they are nutrient-rich and they protect the sperm from the frictions and movement, no, dun sa pathway na dadaanan niya. Yun yung mga ducts na babanggitin natin mamaya. So this one is the photo of both your external and internal reproductive organs. So we have your penis right here. We have your glands, no, at the bottom, and your epididymis, no. Nandito siya para siyang adrenal gland, no, nakapatong sa kidney being your testes, and yung skin layer natin, yung tinatawag nating scrotum. No. Papunta sa taas, we also have your urethra, which is different from the pathway ng sperm, pero meron siyang parang conjunction, kaya sometimes kapag nagpipi, may halo minsan na sperm. So we also have your urogenital diaphragm right here. We have your ductus deferens, which is yung long na ducts na dadaanan niya ng ating sperm before ejaculation. And then we have your pubis symphysis, no, which is yung part ng ating bone or ng isang ligament na nagko-connect, no, from muscle to bone. And we have your urinary bladder. Also, we have your ureter right here, which napadaanan na ito natin sa ating urinary system. We have your ampulla of ductus deferens. Okay, we have your seminal vesicle, the ejaculatory duct, and your prostate gland, no, right here. Ito yung kinakapa, no, pag di ba ito yung anus natin, dinadaan dyan para makapa yung prostate gland. So, we also have your bulbourethral gland, which is ito yon, yung maliit na protruding gland natin sa may area ng ating malapit sa urethra. Okay? So, let's move forward to your testis description. No? Ang testis natin is ovoid and ito ay 4 to 5 cm by 2.5 cm. The average weight of our testis is 14 grams each, and it develops early in embryonic life within the abdominal cavity, then later descend into the scrotum, each carrying with it an outpocketing of the peritoneum, which is yung tunica vaginalis testis. So, mamaya makikita natin yung itsura ng peritoneum or ng pocketing or ng covering na ito ng ating testis. Okay, so, okay. We also have your tunica albuginea, which is di-discuss natin later. This is the partition, no, ng ating testis into lobules containing the seminiferous tubule. So remember that testis, as I said just a while ago, is both exocrine and your endocrine. Dahil, again, exocrine yung part ng production ng sperm cell and yung endocrine is yung part ng production ng ating testosterone. So aside sa testosterone natin, no, there are significant hormones na maaaring mabanggit natin from time to time, which is si luteinizing hormone and si follicular stimulating hormone. So tandaan, si luteinizing hormone po ang nag-stimulate kay Leydig cell or sa ating interstitial cell to produce yung ating um, testosterone. And si follicular stimulating hormones naman, no, ang nag-stimulate sa ating Sertoli cell para mag-produce ng mas maraming nutrients for our sperms, no, para ma-nourish natin sila. So, we also have your testosterone, which is synthesized again by your interstitial cell, no, or sometimes called your Leydig cell, which are found in the interstitium in between your seminiferous tubules. So, the production of your testosterone will depend, ito yung sinabi ko kanina, on the luteinizing hormone secreted by your anterior pituitary gland. Okay? Okay. So, additionally, dito sa ating testosterone, ang function niya, syempre, is to sustain yung spermatogenesis. Ano ulit yun? Yun yung process of maturation ng ating sperm, no? And nangyayari yon sa seminiferous tubule, yung spermatogenesis na yon. Pero ang sperm natin ay nagmamature, tatandaan niyo to kasi lumalabas to sa quiz, and sa exam, nagmamature siya fully sa ating epididymis. Okay? Yung spermatogenesis process undergoes maturation and yung mga process like meiosis sa ating seminiferous tubule. Kaya kung may makikita man kayo sa mga slides later kapag nag-slide viewing no na parang cross-sectional ng testis, makikita nyo doon yung mga seminiferous tubule kung saan manonotice nyo din yung maturation na itsura ng bawat cell layer natin. Okay? So, maintenance of function of the accessory gland of male reproduction, nandito yung seminal vesicle, prostate, and your bulbourethral gland. So, it also helps on maintaining the male secondary characteristic which we know, yung pubic hair, yung beard, yung low-pitch na voice, yung malalim na boses, and yung muscular bodily build. So, ito ang function ng ating testosterone. Sometimes, sinisynthesize siya commercially to reproduce itong mga male secondary characteristics na ito. Okay, so we also have your covering for your testes. No? Meron tayong dalawa, which is yung tunica vaginalis na nabanggit na kanina and your tunica albuginea. So, okay, so para saan ba? Bakit kailangan ng covering ng testis? This is for your compartmentalization aside pa sa ating protection. And si tunica albuginea, tatandaan natin, no, is a fibrous capsule that encloses the testis. It forms a fibrous partition extending internally, dividing the testes, parenchyma, into 250 pyramidal compartment. Yung mga lobules natin sa testis. Okay? We also have your tunica vaginalis testis, which forms an independent serous cavity. Visceral layer is closely adherent to the capsule of the testis and separated by a narrow cavity from its outer parietal layer. So, yun yung covering natin for our testis. Tatandaan, si albuginea is fibrous capsule. Si tunica vaginalis naman is derived from the peritoneum during the testicular descent. Okay? So, next tayo, we'll move forward sa ating seminiferous tubule, which is a 30 to 70 centimeter long and 120 to 250 in microns in diameter. So, it is extremely tortuous, no? Majority forms highly convoluted loops, no? Or parang palikuliko or medyo pakulot-kulot, no? Na seminiferous tubule. So, it is lined by complex stratified epithelium containing the spermatogenic cell or tinatawag nating germ cell and the supporting cell which is yung Sertoli cell. So, si Sertoli cell, ituturo natin mamaya, nasa pinakang lobe siya, tatandaan ninyo, sa may bandang lumen ng ating seminiferous tubule. Okay, and we also have your spermatogenetic cell, which is the germ cell that proliferates near the base and slowly move upward towards the free surface of the differentiated spermatozoa. So ito yung macroscopic natin na part and your seminiferous tubule in a cross-sectional cut. Ito yung ating testis, no? We have yung kanina na ductus deferens and yung convoluted loop niya. Ayan, basta makita niyo yung convoluted loop, that's your ductus deferens. This is your spermatic cord, kumbaga ito yung mga nerves and blood vessels na nagko-connect papunta doon sa ating mismong penis. And we have your mediastinum testis inside. We have the body of your epididymis, na itong just below your ductus deferens, and we have the tail of your epididymis. You'll notice that marami tayong parang pyramidal lobules dyan. Yun yung tinatawag nating lobule. Yung nasa gitna ng lobule, that's your septum. No? And yung covering sa ilalim, makikita nyo, yung pinakang outer, yan yung ating albuginea, which is a fibrous lining. And also, above that is your parietal layer of your tunica vaginalis and also your visceral. So, ilang layers ito. Pero ang pinakang outside natin na layer is your tunica albuginea. If I'm going to zoom, no, yung isang pyramid dito ng isang lobule of our ductus or our seminiferous tubule, you'll notice that meron tayong interstitial cell just outside, no? Ito yon, nasa outside siya nung ating isang seminiferous tubule. And we also have your seminiferous tubule, ito yung bilog, and we have your tubule lumen or yung space sa gitna, no? And we have your sperm cell na nakasurround dito sa paligid. No, and nandyan yung yung spermatids, spermatogonia, aral natin yan mamaya kasi yan yung different phases ng maturation ng ating sperm cell. So, okay, so saan natin makikita yung Sertoli cell? Nandito po siya sa gitna sa may bandang lumen. Kasi ang purpose once again ng ating Sertoli cell, no, is to provide nutrition, no, dito sa ating mga nagmamature na sperm cell. Tandaan, si interstitial cell or si Leydig cell ay nandito sa pinakang gilid, okay? So ang pinoproduce niyan is testosterone. And siya ay sinistimulate ng ano ulit na hormone? Si luteinizing hormone that can be found in your anterior pituitary gland or that can be released by your anterior pituitary gland. So this is the process of your spermatogenesis or the maturation of your cell. So we have your spermatogonia, magsisimula siya sa spermatogonia. And then, magpupunta siya sa primary spermatocyte. Pagdating natin ng primary spermatocyte, no, dito na yung meiosis 1 nangyayari. Sa secondary spermatocyte, ito po yung meiosis 2. So, hindi na tayo magda-dive deeper dyan kasi you've seen, no, and know that, no, sa ating cytogenetics pa lang or sa ating anatomy and physiology. So, after that, no, magpuproduce na siya ng spermatids, no, and also your spermatozoa. Tandaan, si spermatogonia, no, is mag-undergo ng mitosis para magkaroon ng primary spermatocyte. Pag si primary spermatocyte, no, mag-undergo na siya ng meiosis 1 and then meiosis 2 kay secondary spermatocyte hanggang siya ay maging spermatid na. Tandaan, may tatlong stages po ang ating spermatogenesis, which is mitosis from spermatogonia, meiosis, and yung spermiogenesis, no, na nagtitake place yan ng 64 to 72 days na. Okay? So, mapapansin, ito yung lobule, itong mga cell na to. I hope you're seeing my pointer this time. Itong pyramidal part na ito yung ating mga sperm cells na nag-undergo na ng meiosis, no? Sa pagitan nila, nandun yung mga Sertoli cell natin, no? That usually, sila yung mga nagpo-produce ng nutrients. Sa pinakang labas, ito, siya yung interstitial cell, then nababalutan siya ng myoid cell sa paligid, no? And your lamina propria as well as your fibroblast. Okay? Okay. So, next tayo. So, ito yung itsura na makikita ninyo probably sa microscope. Yung tinuturo ng white na triangle dyan, yung mga nasa outside, that's your interstitial cell. Yung nasa pinakang loob dito, nandyan sa malapit sa lumen, yung ating Sertoli cell. Itong mga cell na papunta dyan sa butas, sa gitna, or sa lumen, they are your sperm cell from different stages. So, ayan, makikita dito na ito yung nasa pinakang first layer niya is your spermatogonia. And then, dark colored sila, yung ating mga sperms. And yung nasa gilid na light colored na cell is your Sertoli cell na nagpo-provide ng nutrition. Okay, we also have your spermatocytes. Ito yon, yung pangalawang layer ng cell. And yung pangatlong layer ng cell, which is nag-undergo na ng spermiogenesis, is medyo pahaba na siya. They are your spermatids. Okay? For your spermatozoa, no, meron tayong different part ng ating spermatozoa. So, para hindi makalimutan, ito ay your Humpty, no? Your Humpty, your head, acrosome, midpiece, and your tail. So, dito sa spermatozoa, sa head muna tayo, we have your ovoid or your piriform. They are tapered towards the tip, consists of condensed nucleus that contains the genetic traits that the father transmits sa kanyang anak. So, anterior part ng head natin, covered yon ng acrosome, parang sombrero niya yung acrosome, and a membrane-bound cup-like organelle containing the enzyme. And then we have your tail, which is, siya yung syempre nagpo-propel at nagpa-provide ng motility for transport from different parts of your reproductive organ. So this is a photo of your spermatogenesis that illustrate the stages of your spermatogenesis from spermatogonia to mature spermatozoa. Okay? So, dito sa pinakang baba, sa letter B tayo, nandyan yung specific parts ng ating sperm. So, again, meron siyang acrosome cap. We have your head and we have your midpiece no, sa gitna. Para siyang axon, ano? Meron siyang parang lieg. And we have your tail, which is yung flagellum. Okay, so let's move forward to your ducts. No? And for your ducts, we have your tubuli recti, which is a short straight duct that arises from each pyramidal lobule, which converge in the rete testis. And we have your rete testis, which is the plexus of your epithelium lined space in the mediastinum of your testes. And we have your ductuli efferentes, which is 12 or more ductuli efferentes arise from the rete testis transverse the tunica albuginea to immerse on the posterior superior portion of your testis becomes confluent with ductus deferens. Okay, meron ba tayong photo niyan? Hold on. Okay. Sa next part ata yung photo. But let's move forward muna sa epididymis. So, tandaan, si epididymis, madalas itong itanong no, sa exam at sa mga photos. Tandaan nyo kung saan nagmamature tuluyan ng ating sperm sa epididymis po. Okay, so ito ay highly convoluted just below your ductus deferens, siya ay 4 to 5 meter long. It runs along the posterior surface of your testis from its upper to its lower pole with stereocilia. Ito ang tatandaan ninyo at laging tinatanong. Kapag epididymis ang tanong, laging may stereocilia na lumalabas or ano yung lining epithelium. And if you're going to answer yung question, kung ano ang lining epithelium na ating epididymis, the answer should be pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. Okay? Okay, or stereociliated pseudostratified columnar epithelium. And remember, no, hindi lang sa dito sa ating reproductive organs, but every time we have your cilia, stereocilia, and microvilli, ang main purpose nilang lahat is to increase the surface area, to increase din ang ating surface absorption, no, hindi lang ng nutrients, but also to protect and propel yung ating mga sperms dito. So, it is a site for accumulation, maturation, and storage of your spermatozoa. Okay? So, next tayo. So, this one is your photo of your epididymis. Okay? And it shows the coiled structure of epididymis, yung kanina. Ito yon yung coiled structure. Okay, ito yon yung tail ng epididymis and the body of your epididymis. Mukha siyang chunky na ductus deferens. And ito yung microscopic na photo ng ating epididymis. And makikita nyo yung parang buhok-buhok na layer, no? That's your stereocilia. And kung makikita nyo at makukumpara ninyo sa ating small intestine, mas mahahaba yung parang buhok niya compared doon sa cilia natin. Okay? So remember that stereocilia increase surface area for absorption and secretion, no? And ayan, so okay, next tayo. We have your ductus deferens or your vas deferens. This is the distal end of your epididymis. Okay, sorry, babalikan ko lang itong sa epididymis, no? Si letter B natin, dyan is your basement membrane. This one is your smooth muscle. These ones are your sperms, no? And you'll notice may mga maliliit na arrow na nakapoint dito. These are your lining epithelium of your epididymis, no? So, remember na meron siyang stereocilia. If you're going to zoom it in, no? Ito yung makikita ninyo, parang may buhok-buhok siya. That's your stereocilia. Okay, now we move to our ductus deferens or yung vas deferens natin, which is the distal end of your epididymis. It straightens out and ascends to the spermatic cord to join the ejaculatory duct in the pelvic cavity. The ductus deferens or the spermatic artery, nerves, and veins constitute the spermatic cord. And then we move forward to our ejaculatory duct, which is a ductus deferens joined by the ducts of the seminal vesicle from the ejaculatory duct. So remember that it penetrates the prostate and open into a posterior wall of prostatic urethra. So once again, this is formed by union no, ng ductus deferens and ng seminal vesicle natin. And it delivers sperm to the prostatic urethra. No, ito ay 2 centimeter lang or less that pass through the prostate. No, at kasi siya ay nagpe-penetrate nga sa walls ng prostate. So, these ducts, para saan to? Ito ay last part ng sperm transport bago siya ma-ejaculate. Kaya siya ejaculatory duct. We also have your seminal vesicle, which is a pair of diverging saccular structure about 5 centimeter in length, no? And si seminal vesicle is a paired gland yan, no? Na 60 to 70% ng semen volume dyan po manggagaling. So, aralin nyo to further pagdating nyo ng EUBF, but the fluid, no, na makikita sa seminal vesicle is rich in fructose. This is for your sperm energy source. And prostaglandin, which is siya yung nag-stimulate din ng uterine contraction. So, secretion of your alkaline help to neutralize kasi ang vaginal environment is acidic. So, para hindi mamatay yung cell, itong seminal fluid, no, is neutralize yung acidity na yon. Okay, so remember that. So, remember din sa character ng ating seminal vesicle, they are located just behind the neck of your urinary bladder, and I think naturo siya kanina dun sa malaking photo ng ating reproductive organs. They are coiled or convoluted tubes and produce secretion that contributes to the greater volume of the ejaculate. Okay, and then we have your prostate gland, which is siya no ay chestnut-shaped na gland, and siya yung nagsisecrete ng fluid that activates your sperm. Tatandaan, si prostate gland is the largest ng accessory gland, no, weighing 20 grams, and its secretion together with your seminal vesicle contributes to the ejaculation. Okay, it encircles the neck of the urinary bladder and siya ay accessible through your anus sa mga lalaki. And siya yung yun nga, yung kinakapa kapag nag-exam or kapag nagfi-physical test. No? And this is our compound, puno siya ng tubuloacinar gland, remember that, surrounded by your fibromuscular tissue. Spherical din siya, no? And meron siyang spherical bodies na tinatawag na corpora amylacea, which are often found in the lumen of the gland. So, ito yung ating seminal vesicle sa front view, and we have your prostate gland at the back. Ito yung ating anus, itong anus, and then we have your bulbourethral gland, ito yung prostate gland, no? And we have your seminal vesicle. So, if we're going to zoom to your seminal vesicle, ito yung makikita natin. May mga folds in seminal vesicle. And if we're going to zoom sa ating prostate gland, tatandaan, ang ating mga glands na nandito is tubulo-alveolar gland, no? Okay. And then we have this one, no? This is your penile urethra. So, dyan dumadaan yung urine. And then we have your prostate urethra, no? We have your tatlong zone. We have your peripheral, we have your central zone, and we have your transitional zone of your cross-cut section of your prostatic urethra and penile urethra. Okay? So, the peripheral zone, remember, itong part na ito, siya yung mas prone sa cancer. Na yung transitional zone naman is associated siya sa mga benign prostatic hyperplasia. So, lahat ng zone na yan ay may unique function and clinical significance, pero hindi tayo doon magdidwell too much. Okay? So, this one is a microscopic slides that shows your glandular ductal structure within the male reproductive organs under histologic examination. So, take note, the epithelial cell, columnar siya sa seminal vesicles and transitional siya on some other part of the region. So, remember, nakikita dito yung urethra din, which is natatandaan natin, iba din ang kanyang epithelial layer, kung matatandaan nyo sa urinary system. Okay, so your first photo is your testes, no? And you'll notice na meron letter G, which are the germ cells or yung inyong sperm. And yung S, yung ating mga Sertoli cells. No, that is a support dun sa ating germ cell. And we have your middle image, which is a photo of your epididymis. And meron siyang lamina propria, yung in between. And we have the smooth muscle layer, yung letter M as well. And we have your letter E, which is the lining epithelium of your epididymis, which is, as a review, this is a stereociliated, pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Dun sa ating bottom or last image, yung letter C, this is a ductus deferens or vas deferens. And meron siya ding lamina propria sa paligid. And also your CA is your circular muscle layer. Okay? So, next we'll move forward our bulbourethral gland or tinatawag nating Copper's gland. So, this is also a paired gland na siya ay nagsisecrete ng clear mucus-like prejaculated fluid. So, this secretion neutralizes the acidity of the urethra no, in preparation of the sperm passages. So, ito yung nauuna. And ito ay less than 1 centimeter in diameter and it is embedded in the muscles of the urogenital diaphragm below the prostate. It opens to the penile urethra, and the secretion is a clear mucus-like viscous fluid with a lubricant na function. So, next tayo, we'll move forward to our penis. And this is consist of your three cylindrical bodies. No? Meron tayo dyan na dalawang corpora cavernosa which consists of cavernous erectile tissue and an unpaired corpus spongiosum or corpus cavernosum urethrae, and it forms the shaft of the penis and surrounded by a thick fibrous capsule tunica albuginea that cover the skin. So si penis, it serves as both productive reproductive organ and also sa urinary, no, unlike sa female. So it is made up of, tandaan ulit, we have two corpora cavernosa and one corpus spongiosum, no. So unpaired 'yon. And tandaan si urethra nyo, nagra-run through siya sa corpus spongiosum. Okay, so dito tayo sa corpora cavernosa muna. Tandaan, ito ay paired and it is it forms the dorsal two-third of the shaft of the penis and the erectile tissue made up of sponge-like system of irregular shape vascular system. And yung isa, yung unpaired natin is si spongiosum, which it occupies naman yung shallow groove found between the lower surface of your corpora cavernosa. Penile urethra runs longitudinal through it, which ends in meatus of the glans penis. So, ito yung itsura natin on a cross-cut section. We have your arteries, your veins, no, yung tunica albuginea that covers, no, para sa compartmentalization. And we have your deep artery inside those. We have your urethra right here on a separate, no, na circle or lobule. We have your corpus cavernosum of the urethra. No, ito yon. And tandaan, paired ang corpus cavernosum ng penis. So, both sides siya. And we have your erectile tissue. And then, syempre, yung ating skin that surrounds it. So, we have your glans penis also. Okay, which is a distal expanded end of the penis. Nandun makikita din yung prepuces natin or yung skin folding. Okay, it consists of a dense, tandaan, ang ating connective tissue right here is a dense connective tissue containing a plexus of large anastomosing vein with both circular and longitudinal smooth muscle in their wall. Alright, so we have your glans penis, tandaan, no, connective tissue that surrounds this part of your reproductive organ is your dense connective tissue na mayroon siya mga nerves, which is yung mga plexuses, no? And parang large anastomosing veins with both circular and longitudinal smooth muscle. Meron siyang veins, meron siyang nerves, and meron siyang smooth muscle. And we have your prepuce. I'm sorry, medyo naulit, I think. We have your skin covering the glans penis, and penis skin is thin and provided with abundant subcutaneous layer containing smooth muscles and also yung ating adipose tissue. So, ito yung itsura, no? Para mas ma-imagine natin, we have your bladder at the very top, and then just below your bladder is your prostate. We have your ampulla, your seminal vesicle, no, and your ejaculatory duct. And itong mahaba na to, ito is your ductus deferens, no. Tandaan na sa si bulbourethral, just like malapit lang siya do sa mismo nating structure ng penis, yung ating bulbourethral. Kaya sa kumbaga early ejaculation, si bulbourethral agad yung nagre-release, no, ng ating ng ating fluid, no? Kumbaga siya yung nauuna. And then saka lang magkakaroon from your seminal vesicles and other accessory organs. We also have your dito sa ating mismong testes, no? We have your epididymis and your seminiferous tubules inside it. Okay? On your mismong penile penis na structure, we have your urethra, we have your penis, we have your corpus cavernosum as a layer, and sa ilalim, tandaan, si cavernosum, dalawang klase siya and paired siya sa ating penis. And we have your spongiosum, which is hindi siya paired. Okay? So, may corpus cavernosum tayo kay urethra and meron din tayo doon sa mismong penis. We have your prepuce, which is yung sa dulo na skin. And we have your glans penis at the very tip ng ating reproductive organs. So, that's it for our male reproductive organs. We'll move forward to our female reproductive system. Okay, so for our female reproductive system, remember we have your ovaries, we have your uterine tubes, we have your uterus, we have the vagina and the external genitalia. We also have your placenta and your mammary gland. So our female reproductive organs both supports the gamete production, fertilization, and syempre fetal development. So the important facts for these female reproductive organs are ovaries produce oocytes and hormones, no? Just like yung ating reproductive organs for males, no, meron din siyang hormones and main cell na sinisecrete or pinoproduce, no. This time dito sa ovary hindi naman tayo nagsisecrete but we produce our oocyte which is yung immature na egg cell. So while the uterus hosts implantation and the developments of the cell. So each structure play coordinated role in reproduction. Okay, so let's move forward to our ovary. Okay, but first we have to discuss now again the external genitalia is the labia majora, labia minora, and the clitoris, and the internal genitalia is your ovaries, uterus, and your vagina. So the development of this organ is not complete until gonadotrophic hormones, no, of your release by your pituitary gland ay mag-initiate sa puberty. So this is the macroscopic na photo of our female reproductive organs just to give you a a big picture kung anong itsura niya. So we have your veins, no? Ito yung mga ovarian veins that connects, no? And we have your suspensory ligaments right here. We have your infundibulum, which is yung finger-like structure, yung nagko-connect sa finger-like structure, which is your fimbriae. We also have your ovaries right here. And your uterine tube. We also have your ovarian ligament na nagko-connect dun sa ating ovary papunta sa ating uterus. We have your mesosalpinx or part of the broad ligament. And we have your big part of your reproductive organs for female, the uterus. This is a posterior view and para makita natin yung mga veins, no, and yung ugat and other parts na hindi nakikita sa anterior. Okay, so this one is your ureter and your uterosacral ligament right here. And meron tayong external OS and we have your cervix and your vagina right here, yung medyo mukhang canal na area. Okay, so we have your uterine tube, no, and then we have your, ito ay sa bandang ovary natin. We have your mesosalpinx area. We have your mesoovarium. We have the hilum, no? Usually naman kahit sa kidney, yung hilum yung opening, no, sa isang enclosed part from one canal, no? Hindi lang hilum dito sa ovary, but it's a general term. We have your medulla right here, yung inner part, and we have your cortex of the ovary. And just above the cortex is your tunica albuginea, parang dun sa male reproductive organ, siya yung nagko-cover ng part ng body na yon. So, maybe pag sinilip ninyo yung microscope, you'll notice na meron tayo ditong meron tayong ovarian follicles, no? So, ang importante din dyan yung epithelial layer. So, let's move forward to your ovaries. So, of course, alam natin na paired ang ating ovaries and they produce oocytes and hormones such as estrogen and progesterone. So, they are slightly flattened oval organs. Ang measurement ng ovary natin is 3 cm by 1.5 cm by 1 cm. So, they are covered, tandaan, by low cuboidal epithelium. If you're going to be asked, kompletuhin nyo na, lagay nyo na rin yung low cuboidal epithelium. Alright, so, We also have your parenchyma, which is divided into an outer cortex and inner medulla. Ito yung area na ito. Okay, remember that. And in the cortex, there are large numbers of follicles of varying size. No? Tandaan ng ating ovarian follicle is also undergoing maturation, just like yung inyong sperms. No? So we have your Okay. We have your primordial follicle, we have your primary follicle, we have the antral or yung secondary follicle, and we have the mature or yung Graafian follicle. So, start tayo kay primordial follicle. Okay? So, kay primordial na follicle, alright, so for our primordial follicle, we have makeup. It makes up no the majority of the follicles na makikita natin even under the microscope. So it consists of a large spherical oocyte enveloped by a single layer of your squamous cell, and the only follicle present at birth, tatandaan kaya siya ay primordial, no? Is yung ating primordial follicle. So these are the smallest, remember, these are the smallest present at birth, and it contains the primary oocyte. Now, they are surrounded by a single layer of squamous cell, and they remain dormant until recruited during puberty. So, lahat ng primordial follicle natin forms the fetal development, and nagde-decline itong part na ito natin as we age. Okay? So, si primordial follicle, they are arrested in prophase 1 of meiosis siya until siya ay nagkaroon nga ng puberty para maging primary follicle. So, si primary follicles, no, dito ay oocyte na nag-grow na larger, and meron siyang they lose their connective, their squamous epithelial covering, first becoming cuboidal, then proliferating into 2 or 3 layers of irregular shaped granulosa cell. So, oocyte and its surrounding granulosa cell becomes separated by a narrow space, no, and that's your zona pellucida, which can be seen under the microscope. They are highly refractile layer of your glycoprotein. Remember, zona pellucida is a glycoprotein layer that forms around the oocyte during the stage, no, ng primary follicle. Remember, they have single layer. So, that's simple cuboidal, no, yung ating granulosa cell. So, they begin to grow under the influence, tandaan, ng ating follicular stimulating hormones. Okay? Next part ng ating maturation is your antral or your secondary follicle. So, remember, after ito ng puberty, secondary na, no, or your antral, and a number of primary follicles still present and in the face, and nagkakaroon ng rapid growth in each menstrual cycle. Remember, oocyte enlarges further, and granulosa cells proliferate rapidly. Oocyte is displaced to one side by development of a fluid-filled cavity in the mass of granulosa, and it's called the antrum, no? Kaya siya antral. So, accumulation of few dark-stained bodies among the granulosa is called your Kahl-Exner bodies. Okay? So, dito sa antral din, no, remember dito is yung antrum, yung fluid-filled cavity. Kasi it develops within the granulosa cell layer. Granulosa cell layer can be seen under the microscope. They are hormonally active, and they also produce estrogen. Remember that. The theca externa and interna can also be seen, no, during this stage, even under the microscope. And si theca interna, siya yung nagsisynthesize ng androgens, no, which kino-convert naman ni granulosa cell para maging estrogen, which is the primary hormones of the female reproductive organs. And lastly, yung ating mature cell or tinatawag nating Graafian follicle, which is the wherein the oocyte resume its meiotic division shortly before the ovulation. This is a large translucent vesicle that occupies the full thickness of the cortex and bulges in 1 centimeter or more above the surface of the ovary. So, this is in preparation for the ovulation. So, ito yung itsura ng ating ovary by then. No? So, we have your medullary region, and then we have your cortical region, yung outside, and then ito yung sa loob, yung medullary region natin. We have your germinal epithelium, we have your tunica albuginea on the second layer just below your germinal epithelium. We have your primordial follicle, no, ayan yan, sa first layer, just like sa sperm, ano, makikita mo yung first layer sa ating cortex. And then, ayan, we have your preovulatory follicle. Okay, and then we have your growing follicles, your corpus albicans, and your corpus luteum. Okay, sa gitna na ating medullary region, tandaan, dyan makikita yung arteries and yung veins to supply the nutrition sa ating mga oocytes. So, we also have your ovarian follicles. You'll see this under the microscope. Remember, nandito sa outside yung cortical, and we have yung pag nakakita na kayo ng veins and arteries, that's your medullary region na. This is the maturation of your oocyte, no, or yung follicle natin that carries your oocyte. So this one, we have your primordial follicle, no. Again, this is present at birth and nagde-decline siya as we age. Na-stop siya sa prophase 1 type of your mitosis. And we have your unlaminar primary follicle. And then we have your secondary follicle or your multilaminar, which is present na to after puberty. We have your antral kasi meron din siyang fluid filled sac. Ito yung antrum na tinatawag natin. Yung tica interna is yung covering niya and inside, and yung tica externa is yung covering niya inside, no, exposed sa outer part ng ating ovary. We also have yung cell sa loob, no, yung nag-occupy sa ating antrum, which is yung granulosa cells, no. The granulosa cell is also present in your primary follicle, mas prominent siya sa ating antral follicle. And then yung last stage natin is yung mature Graafian follicle. Again, we still have our tica externa, we have the tica interna, we have the antrum, we have the granulosa cell, pero meron na tayong corona radiata, no? Just like yung sa makikita sa eyes natin, right here, mapapansin ninyo na prominent na, no, yung ating okay, hold on. Prominent na yung ating corona radiata, which is parang a cell within a cell, parang ganon siya, no. And then we have your cumulus oophorus, which is connects, no, yung ating granulosa cell to your corona radiata. Okay, this one is a granulosa layer. Meron siyang zona pellucida, and we have your oocyte right here. Okay, and then yung nasa gilid niya is yung basement membrane, usually ay composed ng ating fibrous connective tissue. Then we proceed to our ovulation, okay? Sa ating ovulation, we have it is within a few minutes after the formation of the clear vesicle, no, it ruptures, tandaan, itong si last layer natin, your Graafian, yan yung present kapag nag-ovulate, no? So, si ovulation, no, usually one ovum is released in each cycle, and si corpus luteum, no, after ovulation, yung walls of the follicle collapses and become deeply folded. Okay, so ovulation is the release, no. Pag sinabi nating ovulation, nagre-release na ng mature oocyte from a Graafian follicle. So yun yung nasa gilid, yung kanina, yung napapalibutan ng corona radiata, no, yun yung ating oocyte. So for every cycle, may isang nire-release na oocyte, and that's the process now, tinatawag nating ovulation. It is triggered, remember, by the luteinizing hormone. Ganon din sa male, tama. Yung production ng ating testosterone naman, no, is triggered by your luteinizing hormone. And yung production ng ating sperm is triggered by your follicular stimulating hormone. Dito sa female, yung production or pag-release ng oocyte is triggered by your luteinizing hormone. So the stigma is a thin spot on the follicle's surface. It ruptured to release the oocyte. So the oocyte resumes meiosis after ovulation, progressing sa ating metaphase 2. Okay? Now we have your endocrine control, which is ovarian function is dependent on gonadotrophic hormone, which is si FSH at saka si LH na nire-release ng ating pars distalis or si anterior pituitary. So before ovulation, remember that si FSH, it stimulates the granulosa cell to secrete estradiol. No, yung estradiol na yan is yung active component din ng mga pills. Kaya kapag hindi nag-ovulate ang babae or hindi nagkakaroon din ang babae, we usually, yung mga binibigay ng doctor is estradiol supplements. No? So these are the precursor ng ating estrogen. And it's the most active, it's the active it's an active form, of your estrogen. After ovulation, now we have the influence of your luteinizing hormone. Granulosa cell decrease estradiol production, and their principal product becomes progesterone. Okay, tandaan, si progesterone din is a major hormone for inflammation. So, kaya namamaga, no, yung ating mga cells or parang namamanas kapag nagkakaroon or kapag nag-ovulate ang babae. So, we have your theca cells which is may nade-divide ito, 'di ba, sa interna at externa. So it provide protection. Si interstitial cell found around the follicles, which is they have receptor for LH, which stimulates theca cells to secrete testosterone, which later are converted to estradiol. Kasi hindi tayo pwedeng maraming testosterone. Yes, we produce testosterone, pero nako-convert din siya agad to estradiol. Okay, so we also have your oviduct or fallopian tube. So this is a muscular tube that is 12 centimeter long, and its lumen is open to the peritoneal cavity at its distal end and opposite end opens into the uterine cavity. So we have your this is your uterus, and then you have your fallopian tube, and then yung fimbria, yung finger-like layer, and then you have your ovary right here. Okay, so the oviduct, no, or fallopian tube na may tatlong portion siya. We have your isthmus, no, yung mismong connecting duct niya. We have the ampulla, which is yung pa-curve papunta siya sa infundibulum that projects yung ating last part, which is yung fimbriae or yung finger-like layer natin. Okay? So, it is lined by simple columnar. Remember this, no? Kasi meron ata tayong slide na fallopian tube. Tandaan, ang lining ng ating fallopian tube is simple columnar epithelium. Its function is to receive the ovum released from the ovary, provides the appropriate environment for its fertilization, and transports uh, the uterus. Okay, so hormones regulate epithelial function, and estrogen increases the ciliary activity for absorption. Okay, so next is the uterus. Tandaan si uterus is pear-shaped and siya yung pinakamalaking part, no, ng ating reproductive organs for female. Yung uterine wall natin ay merong perimetrium, myometrium, and endometrium. And usually, yun check ni doctor for thickening or for cyst, no, or for other problems and anomalies is yung ating endometrium kasi siya yung nasa pinakang loob. Yung nag-i-slough po pag nagkakaroon tayo or na nagkakaroon tayo ng menstrual cycle, no, yung nag-i-slough na mga cell is from your endometrium. Okay, so it is divided into fundus, corpus uteri, body isthmus, and your cylindrical lower segment, yung cervix natin. So, uterine cavity is flattened and triangular, and it receives the product of conception from one of the oviducts for implantation. So, kapag nabubuntes sa uterine po, nadideposit yung ating embryo. Okay? So, this is your uterus. Hold on. This is your uterus, no? Pag zoom natin yung uterus natin, we have your fallopian tube, we have the fundus, no? Yung pinakang top layer, parang sa stomach, di ba? Yung fundus nasa tuktok din. We have your uterine cavity, we have your body of the uterus, we have the outer layer, perimetrium, the middle layer, composed of muscles, is your myometrium, and we have your inner layer, kung saan makikita ninyo yung sloughing or yung epithelial cell natin nag-i-slough is your endometrium. We have your cervix, no? We have your cervical canal, we have the cervix, and then yung vagina. Okay? So, sa myometrium, ito yung panggitna natin. Siya ay layer ng smooth muscle. Remember that. Okay? And then, we have your endometrium, which is the mucosal lining of the uterine cavity. No, it contains your endometrial gland. No? And remember, ang endometrial gland is lined with your simple columnar cell, endometrial stroma. And yung functions natin, prepare for reception for fertilization ng ovum natin. Okay, kumbaga dyan, naghihintay yung ating embryo. Okay, I'm sorry, hindi. Dyan na pupunta yung fertilized ovum natin, hindi naghihintay. Okay. So, we have your endometrial layer. I think meron tayong slide nito sa ating dito sa ating box dyan. So, we have your endometrial layer which is composed ng functional layer, basal layer, and yung mismong endometrium. Okay? Okay, ganito-ganito yung tsura niya pag nakita ninyo. Again, remember, si endometrium po is lined by simple columnar epithelium with tubular glands. Okay? So, we have two zones for your endometrium. We have yung functional zone or functionalis and yung basalis. Si functionalis is yung upper two-third and siya yung nag-slough off during menstruation. And si basalis, siya yung deeper portion that remains and siya din yung nagre-regenerate na part ng ating endometrium. Okay? So, we have your endometrial layers and gland din. No, I think nandito siya. Saan na yun? Tandaan ninyo, ang gland natin dito ay tubular glands, okay? Okay, so we also have the cyclic changes in the endometrium for 28-day cycle, no? We have your proliferative phase, we have your secretory phase, and menstrual phase. So I'm sure some of you might be checking this. May mga applications tayo for this one that can help you track. No, it's important to track kung regular or irregular tayo sa menstrual cycle, okay? So we have your proliferative phase, which is it coincide with estrogen secretion. Ito po ay nagbibigin at the end of the menstrual flow and continuing for 12 to 14 days. There is 3 to fold increase in the thickness ng endometrium while we undergo your proliferative. Ang keyword dyan is nagpro-proliferate. Okay? Endometrial gland lengthen and or straighten narrowly. Okay? So, next tayo is ito yung itsura ng ating proliferative phase, no? And we'll notice yung mga tubular glands na nandyan, no? Which is a characteristic ng ating proliferative phase, no? For the secretion ng ating other cells na kailangan and yung hormones na sinisecrete. So, glands elongate as the endometrium thickens and will undergo your secretory phase by then progesterone na ang ating hormones na common. So, endometrium further thickens but this is due to mainly sa edema and stroma accumulation ng secretion ng gland. And remember, ang progesterone kasi is hormone for inflammation. Okay? So, glands produced to grow between tortuous and succulated. Okay? Okay, so this is the phase, no, kung saan secretory phase na tayo. Okay, tandaan, glands continue to grow, becoming tortuous or succulated siya. Okay, mas humahaba siya. And then we'll undergo your menstrual phase, kung saan period of degeneration associated with rapid decline in stimulation of your endometrium. So, it occurs about 2 weeks after ovulation, and endometrium is denuded of surface epithelium, glands collapse, and short. So, ito yung ating menstrual endometrium. So, yung mga glands nawawala na siya uli. Okay? Then, we have your placenta. So, syempre, placenta is a temporary organ. Kapag nabubuntis, saka lang nagkikreate or nagkakaroon tayo ng placenta that supports your fetal development by facilitating nutrients and gas exchange. And it forms from both maternal and fetal tissues. No? Meron siyang chorionic villi. No, ito yon that is consist of two types of trophoblast. No? Ano yung trophoblast na yon? Si cytotrophoblast at sa syncytio trophoblast or yung synthesized human chorionic gonadotropin. Okay? So, this is an implanted blastocyst continues to enlarge at the expense of surrounding endometrium. So, from the 15th day, cords of trophoblast grow that will form chorionic villi of the placenta. So, ito yung itsura ng ating placenta. Sa pinakang loob, we have your vitelline sac, we have your chorionic villi, we have your decidua basalis. Ito yung cervix and ito yung vagina. So, this is yung pag malaki na siya, no? Manonotice na natin, mas prominent na yung vitelline sac, which is for your nutrition, and yung chorionic villi as well. Okay, and then we have the umbilical cord of the baby connected dun sa mommy. We have your myometrium, we have your decidua capsularis, and yung parietalis outside. Also, your amniotic cavity that surrounds the baby, no, from the surrounding environment. Okay, so this is the microscopic photo of your placental lining, no, that shows your syncytio trophoblast and your cytotrophoblast, yung CT. No, and we have the blood vessels and the villi as well. Okay, so we have your cervix uteri. Next is, ito yung sa pinakambaba, just before your vagina. No, it surrounds the cervical canal about 3 cm in length and it continues above with the uterine cavity through the constriction called the internal os with the vagina below through the external os. Okay, so lined by simple columnar pa din siya, pero nagta-transition na siya sa stratified. Kasi 'di ba sa vagina natin, tayo ay um, uh, stratified squamous, no? Ang ating layer kasi skin layer na siya. Kaya ang tawag natin doon is yung transformational zone. Okay, so yun yung transformational zone natin. Okay, so Alright, so this is your female reproductive organ. Particularly, yung kaunahan natin is yung uterus to your vaginal wall. Kaya mapapansin nyo, we have this, ito ay junction. This is simple columnar from your cervix, papunta tayo sa stratified squamous, and then here is your parang vagina, iting vaginal area. This is yung S natin, is a stroma of connective tissues. And your EC is your endocervical canal. Okay, tandaan yung arrow na yan. Yan yung nag-indicate ng junction between your cervix and your vagina. Okay? So, okay. On the bottom layer, this is a pap smear. Itong letter C is a pap smear preparation. Yung mga cell na yan, yung makikita ninyo. Mga slough cell yan. Yung pink na nakastain dyan is a superficial squamous and yung blue dyan is yung intermediate squamous. But hindi lang yan sa pap smear. Sometimes when we urinate and when we check no, yung urine natin under the microscope, nakikita din natin yung mga squamous cell na yan. So sa pap smear, kapag may bakteriyang katabi yan, ang tawag natin dyan is mga clue cell no, for your Gardnerella vaginalis na bacteria that cause no, mga infections no, dahil sa and maraming cause ang Gardnerella vaginalis. Sometimes too much cleaning and using yung ating mga product no na nakaka-disrupt ng ating regular bacterial environment or yung flora natin can proliferate itong mga Gardnerella vaginalis natin. Okay? So next tayo is your vagina. So remember, vagina is a distendable fibromuscular tube 8 to 9 centimeter in length, and mucosa is lined by, tandaan, stratified squamous epithelium. May muscular coating din ito of smooth muscle. Okay, and bakit siya stratified squamous epithelium? Ito ay for friction or to resist ng friction. Ang vagina din natin, meron siyang acidity and mainly dahil ito sa lactobacilli na nagpo-produce ng lactic acid natin. That's why too much na paggamit ng mga alkaline product like yung soap, no, can disrupt itong mga lactobacilli and other important bacteria na makikita sa vagina. So, nangyayari nagkakause siya ng proliferation or growth of yeast cell or other bacteria natin sa vagina. So, meron yung research na too much douching or yung cleaning through by water, yung malakas na water sa ating vaginal area, even outside, no? And using of different soaps and too much can disrupt yung ating vaginal flora. Okay? Next natin is yung external genitalia, which is yung clitoris, labia majora, and minora. So, si clitoris, no, siya corresponds to the dorsal portion of the penis, no, kumbaga. And meron tayong dalawang erectile corpora cavernosa just like yung sa penis. So si labia majora and minora, they are lined by stratified squamous kasi siya ay nasa outer part na. Kumbaga makikita nyo na siya sa outer part. So we also have your vestibule between the labia minora, which is the area where urethra and vagina open. So ito yon, nasa pinakang baba, no, yung ating just below your cervix. I think naulit lang yung photo. Okay, next is our mammary gland. So, si mammary gland, no, is a paired gland. So, dalawa yan, syempre, on the ventral aspect of the thorax on either side of the midline. So, we have the nipple, which is located in the center of the circular pigmented area called areola, yung darker area natin dyan. And we have your 15 to 20 lactiferous duct open in the tip of the nipple kung saan lumalabas yung milk. So, it is a compound tubuloalveolar gland consisting of 15 to 20 lobes surrounded by adipose tissue. Now, ito ay functional unit that is the terminal duct lobular or yung TDLU. Okay, so we have right here yung normal na mammary gland, no, na may terminal duct, lobular unit, lobular stroma ng connective tissue. And then we have your nipple or yung areola. We have your smooth muscle then dun sa may area na yon sa tip, sa may bandang nipple. And we have your large duct and lactiferous sinuses. We also have your interlobular stroma and your pectoralis muscle na nakadikit doon yung ating mammary gland. So, or yung ating breast. Okay, chest wall and also your ribs. So, this one is a microscopic slide for your mammary gland that shows a highlight for your alveoli, your connective tissue, your lamina, and we also have your, what else? Adipose tissue, yung mga unstained dyan na bilog, that's your adipose tissue. And then, what else? We have your alveoli, no? Your alveoli natin lined by milk-producing epithelial cell. And nandiyan din yung ating mga glands. We also have your myoepithelial cell that contracts para mag-expel or maglabas ng milk. Okay? Okay. Okay, so that's it for all our female reproductive organs. Thank you for listening, and please check all the organs that I've mentioned, lalo na sa available nating slide. Thank you so much.